Hello, welcome again to my channel. We're going to talk about the rolling car key fob. Now, what is that and why is it important? So we have our Flipper serial open right here. I'm connected through QFlipper and we can, remote control our Flipper to my machine, or we can also just, click around. So the thing is, you usually go in and see you want to do some sub-gigahertz reading, so you choose sub-gigahertz. I'm going to use the keyboard instead of the flipper itself. And then you're going to read raw or read something like that. You will record your own car key, and basically you will find yourself able to unlock or lock your car just once, and then why doesn't it work again, right? So this video is all about making that clear for you and making you understand what the actual issue is. In the end of the video, I'm gonna talk about why we can or cannot solve that problem using the Flipper Zero. I'm also gonna present to you different kind of ways we can mitigate our way sort of out of this issue, but still, again, remember that hacking is illegal and should never do that. This content is for educational purposes only. Please read the 4 points below before you proceed. If you want to use this knowledge, please be aware only to use it on your own possessions. Do not hack anyone, that is illegal and you can go to jail. So to better understand what the problem is with the rolling car key, well, I created this slideshow for you. So let's go through the technicalities, and this is theory based. So we're gonna learn everything about it, how it works, and what the alternatives are. So first of all, we need to understand what is the rolling code for car keys. Now, basically, it is some sort of algorithm that is in the car key and in the car, and they, in most occasions, just synchronize each other, so they know that the next time you click the button, well, that is the car key code that is needed to unlock or lock the car. Now, in some occasions, there probably be some sort of caching going on, but in most occasions it is just a synchronization between the actual car key and the car itself. So there are different kind of ways we can attack this kind of thing. For example, something called replay attacks or eavesdropping, or maybe we can analyze the algorithm. So the algorithm itself is not something you can just basically find. Of course, you could dismantle your car key and try and understand what's going on, or if you know a technician working for a particular car brand, go ahead and talk to that particular guy. Probably not going to tell you what it is, but it's probably not the easiest one. This is made to be robust, so it's not easy to circumvent. So the actual algorithm for the rolling key could be presented this way. So you have a key. Step 1 is some sort of synchronization, or maybe it's already done. Then you press the button. You generate the actual code, the key, whatever you will call it, for the car. Then you send it, and your incremental counter or the synchronization on the cars on the key is basically in sync. Now the problem could probably occur now. You say, but hey, listen, what if my car key run out of battery? Well, yeah, that is a fun thing. What happens then? Well, if your car key runs out of battery, it will most likely you lose, depending on how it is made, the the state of the synchronized key from the car. Now, if you lose that, it might not work initially. Maybe trying a send one or more time, it will synchronize to the car. In most occasions, you can approach the car with your key and then basically just touch it. If it got like some sort of touching mechanism, my car do have that. So when I tested it with my Flipper Zero in the video you can watch on my channel on how to block your own car, well, basically I need to go close to my car and touch it, open the door, stuff like that, because then it will recognize. But what if you don't have that kind of functionality? Well, I then highly suggest you do not play around these kind of things, because this is not meant to be played around with. Of course, there are different ways you can get back to your actual car key if you crash it in some way. But this is the actual way of how the key is generating the key, and this is the way it works. So that is the algorithm, just in a pure, state form. This could be an actual, part of the code. That could be a SoDo code. This is simplified SoDo code for the rolling code system. So you start out with a secret key, some sort of, code. You need to hide the secret, which is on line number 4. Then you have some sort of counter that increments something that acts in a certain, you did this so many times, and next time is something. Then you have some sort of encryption where you use the key and a message, right? The encrypted key is then some sort of encryption function will do that now. I cannot have all the code. It's just some sort of SoDo code for you to understand what's going on here. On line number 12, you can see that some sort of encryption function is using the message and the key. Now, the message itself could basically just be the counter, which you can see on line 17 that it is, and the secret key, which is on line number 4. That is the rolling key that you do generate. Then whenever you've done that and you call to generate rolling key code, well, basically you increment the card or return it and so on. Now, this is of course not code that works. This is not how it is. This is highly and purely only simplified SoDo code for you to see that, well, it's basically just some code being generated in the background. So that's really how it is. The actual algorithm is much more sophisticated. And the question would be, can we break it? Well, can we break the algorithm? Well, it is kind of known for its strength, so it's dependent of the complexity of the actual algorithm. It is kind of sophisticated, so it's probably really hard to crack it. Of course, you could try some brute forcing attacks, just generating some sort of weird algorithm. So if you can read the actual frequency and you can get it in, let's say, some raw number map or something like that, and you can compare how the bits are shifting or changing, you could try a pattern that looks like the same kind of frequency you send in the air, but that is actually a highly sophisticated project to take on, which will probably require some sort of machine learning in order to guess a more realistic algorithm signal to send. So known attacks are different kind of ways to do that. You could do something like code grabbing was more effective in older systems that use static, less sophisticated codes. Modern rolling codes systems are designed to defend against this simple code grabbing. Now, you can also do some replay attacks. This is what the flippers usually do. You can also do some crypto analysis, so you can try and analyze your way out of it. Or you can do some two-parts attack like roll jam. It's a popular type of attack that kind of involves different kind of things like blocking the actual, signal and recording it and replaying and different kind of things. Now, the issue is here that every car is different, and there are so many cars in the world. Only one key, maybe two keys to a particular car. And where is it? And the range of it is not that great. So you have many issues with this kind of thing. Of course, it can be done, but if you really want to break into a car, there are probably easier ways to get in all honesty. The thing about this, it's more interested in how you can actually use these kind of attacks to it's to annoy people probably. I know there are different kind of small annoyance attacks for Tesla cars where you can open the charger port, which in my eyes is kind of like a prank in a way. It doesn't really do anything. It's just, I would even, turning the lights on and off in an apartment from a range would probably be even more of an annoyance compared to just opening a Tesla charger port. Now, even the bleed spam for Bluetooth, could be a worth thing to do for phones and tablets because it will render them inoperable. So, can we win? Well, basically not really. This is actually how it should be. This is the way it works. We cannot win using Flipper Zero. Flipper Zero is a great device. Now we can record many frequencies, and many frequencies for devices, IoT devices and so on. If we can get into range, that is the actual problem. If we can get into range to actually record those kind of signals, well, then there's a slight chance that we can misuse that kind of device in some particular way with the Flipper Zero. But there's another thing. We also need to be in range ourselves every time we replay this attack. I know there are videos on YouTube and other various places that show you can be a few hundred meters away and you can still trigger your car. Well, yeah, that's a car. But also, it's most likely in the open they do it. What if it's through a concrete wall, for example? How would your radio signals combat that? So there are many things the Flipper Zero can do. In most occasions, you need to be in range of something, which is a great limitation, which is why the Flipper Zero itself could be considered like a red teamer gadget. I would say it's a gadget. Is it a real hacking device? In some occasions, it can be used for that, especially if a company is reliable or relied on different kind of remotely controlled devices that can be shut on and off or some way taken over by radio signal. But then again, the Flipper Zero doesn't really provide much of an interface, so you would need some real hardware at the end of the day. So I want to say that no matter where you go and see videos about how you can unlock a car and stuff like that, we all know that car keys, well, they use rolling codes. We cannot really win that war. We can only try, and maybe in one old car, so we can probably guess it. I don't know, I haven't tried. So remember that hacking is illegal, so you should never go ahead and do these kind of things on other cars than your own. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications, like the video always, leave a comment below, and see you again online. Have a real nice day.